Good morning, luxury real estate agents. Today I want to talk about increasing the effectiveness of our marketing, more specifically our information marketing. You see, one of the frustrations we have when we're trying to sell property or through marketing or advertising is what we call the 2% rule. I read about this in a fantastic book called The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. It goes like this. No matter what you're trying to sell, only 2% of the public has any interest in that item at any given time. For example, if I were here in a room of 500 people and asked everybody to raise their hand if they were thinking of buying a clock radio today, probably only 2% of the people would raise their hand. So if you're doing an ad for clock radios and you have a big full-page ad in the paper, literally only 2% or less of the people who want to buy one that day are going to respond to the ad. Well, the same thing happens to us when we're trying to sell our luxury real estate. If we have a property in the mountains, people reading the ad may be thinking about something on the water. If we have a property in the golf course, they're looking for something on a lake. So how do we increase the information that we can provide to increase the response of our marketing? One thing I like to do is to write reports. And I know when I say write, people get really discouraged because people don't like to write. It is a lot of work. But I found a shortcut for you that I want to share. Because if I were to put an ad in the paper that said, on my clock radio ad, what are the 7 biggest mistakes people make when buying clock radios, a person thinking of buying one in the next 30, 60, or 90 days would want that information. And so they would call you up to get the free report. Then they enter your pipeline. You can build a relationship with them so that when they're ready to actually buy that clock radio, they are in your family, so to speak. So how can we write some things, and how do we get across or over or through writer's block that many of us suffer when we sit down in front of a blank screen or a blank piece of paper and want to write something that's valuable to our clients? Well, one thing I like to do, and this happened to me quite by accident one day when I was at the checkout line of the supermarket some years ago, the covers of some of these magazines caught my eye for obvious reasons. But if you really look carefully at the headlines of the articles of these magazines, we have some great things that can trigger some thoughts for us in how we can create information reports for our customers and clients to help them want to be in touch with us to get that information, then to enter our sales funnel. Funnily, I usually used to use Cosmopolitan magazine, and I noticed it wasn't for sale anywhere this weekend, so I can't use it as an example. I think it's so over the top now that people aren't even carrying it. But look at this Ladies' Home Journal. If you can read this, it says 36 fresh ways to organize your closets. Now, you almost don't even have to change that one. But first of all, I think the number 36 is too high. I think one sort of result of our economic climate now is that a lot of magazines are putting in huge numbers here. I like the numbers 7, 10, 12, or 21. 7, 10, 12, or 21. But now you're seeing magazines using 36, 104, 228, and so forth. I think that's overwhelming. So if we just change this to 7 fresh ways to organize your closets, or 7 fresh ways to get your home ready for sale, now we've created something. We've created a promise in our headline so that now we just have to write 1 through 7 on the front page of our paper or on the blank screen in our computer, and it's really easy to fill in. The writing is half done, I believe, when you have a great, captivating headline. Let's look at this magazine is called More. 7 hair secrets you wish you had heard of years ago. Well, I would change this to 7 home selling secrets you wish you'd heard about 7 months ago. You see how that works? As soon as you write that down, you can think of 7 things just like that and finish the article. Glamour magazine, the hidden things that are messing up your health. Protect yourself from the scary toxins that are touching every day. So you could have, again, 7, 10, or 12 hidden things that are messing up the sale of your home. Avoid these deadly mistakes that many home sellers make. And the last one is my good friend Oprah. Not really, I've never met Oprah, but she's pretty cool anyway. But this is my favorite one of all 4 of these magazines. In fact, this is what I'm going to use next, which is the 1 diet tip you've never heard before. And it says, I can barely read it here because my eyes are so bad, but it says fast, smart, and I can't even read it. Oh, and shockingly easy. Fast, smart, and shockingly easy. But imagine if you had the 1 home selling tip you never heard of before, fast, simple, and shockingly easy. Or the 1 home selling tip you never heard before. What a great article you could write, and you could also up the number from 1 to 7 also. So these are some ways, if you can't write yourself, you can go to a website called guru.com and you can have somebody write it for you. I think though that if you've been in business a long time in selling real estate or in any kind of a business, once you get the headline, the rest of the article, the other 7 points, you are now fulfilling a promise made in the headline. It is really not that hard to do. I encourage you to try it. I'd love to see copies of your reports if you want to email them to me. And until next time, make it a great day and a great week, and we'll talk again soon.